Thank you and welcome to my channel. My name is Grace. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please can you hit the subscription button? Thank you. On this tutorial, I'm going to explain and show how to cut this strap gown. I made a video, or rather a picture of it, and I posted, and someone requested that I do a tutorial for it. So here I have this fabric. This fabric is very stretchy. So because of the nature of the fabric, I'm going to reduce the size to a barest minimum. The bust I'm working with is bust 38, but I'm going to cut this gown for bust 30. I'm going to cut it for 30 inches, but the person that is wearing it bust 35 to even 40 can use it. So that is why it's looking so small on the table. So first you cut out the size you want to cut, and then you will take your neck width. So for this one I'm using neck width 4, that is unfold 4, but if you open it, it's going to be 8. So after I take my neck width, I'm going to take my strap length. The strap length I'm working with is 3. Because of the nature of the fabric, is stretchy, so I'm working with 3 inches. So I'm marking 3 inches. So I'm going to leave the neck 4 corner. I'm not going to be deepening it. It's not going to go down it even by half an inch. I'm going to leave it like that. So after I mark out my 4 inches, I cut out the remaining parts to be the arm hole. So the armhole here I have 4.5. My neck width is 8 inches, that is 4 inches on fold. So the next thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to get my under bust length. So my under bust length for this person is 12.5. So the 12.5, I'm going to mark out the 12.5 there. After marking out the 12.5, I will cut. So at the point of the 12.5, I'm going to go in by 1 inch to give it the contour shape under the bust. Right? You can see it's there. And then the next thing, I just cut straight down. It's straight down. The gown length is 57. So I minus 3 inches up. Then I add it to the 54 inches. So you can see by my side, the side of the arm length is 4.5, the neck is 4, and then I'll cut out the straps now. So my strap width is 2.5. When I fold it, I have 1.25. Then the length of my strap, if you add 6 to 4.5, I'm going to have 7.5. Then the 7.5 is going to be on fold. That is my 4.5 is for the armhole. The 4.5 is for the armhole. So I'm trying to measure the strap length, which is 3. That is 3 in the front, 3 in the back, and then I'll add it up to my 4.5. So everything this place is going to give me is 15 inches. That is 7.5 at the back, 7.5 in the front. So total 15 inches. So the strap I'm going to cut here is 15 inches times, that is by 2. 1 on the left, 1 on the right. So that is just all what I am calculating here. So you can see I have finished calculating, I got it. Then I'm going to cut my strap here. So this piece here, the width of it, the length of it, I'm going to cut it by 15, but the width is going to be 2.5, like I said. Because why I'm using 2.5, because I'm going to fold it into 2 before sewing. So here I'm cutting it. That is where I got my 15 inches, and then I will now divide it into 2, 1 for my right, 1 for my front. Then for the width of the neck I told us is 8 inches. Yes, unfold 4, open it 8 inches. So I'm going to cut the 8 inches here. times 2, one in the back, one in the front. The width is same thing as the strap, size 2.5. Divide it into 2, one in the front, one at the back. So the next thing, I'm on my machine trying to sew. So you look carefully, see how I fold this piece here. I fold it before I place it on my fabric to sew. So after I sew it, I will now fold and take it inward, and I place it from the good side, right? I sew it, I place it from the bad side, and I'm turning it to come from the good side to sew, so that as I'm stitching, I'm seeing what I'm stitching on top, which is going to be on the good side of the fabric. I place the strap at the bad side of the fabric. I sew first, then I turn it to the good side of the fabric. So this is how after doing the first sewing, this is the second sewing. Here I'm just going to top stitch it and sew it to the other end of the neck. The fabric is not sewing at all, so I have to use paper to sew it. It's not sewing on this machine. I don't know. It refused to sew on my industrial machine as well, on this machine too. I don't know whether it's because of, although my plate is not smooth again, so I think that is the reason why it's hooking on my machine teeth. So I'm using paper to sew it. You have learned something here. If you don't know, in case you have fabric that's refused to sew on your machine, you can use paper or gum steel, not paper gum steel, and you put it, you attach, you place it on the fabric and it sews. The same method, the same thing I did on my back is the same thing I'm repeating. I'm just repeating the process here. The same thing I did on the back, I'm doing it on the front. Of course, using the paper because he refused to sew without the paper. When you sew with the paper, you remove it. So now I'm trying to sew the strap. That is what will form the sleeves of this gown. You see, I place it, the strap is on the bad side. I will sew it and turn it, bring it up to the good side. I will do on the one on the back and the same thing on the front. Though this gown does not have a particular measurement for back or front, it can be worn on the same side. The length is the same, the neck depth is the same. So I've finished stitching one side of it, so I'm trying to place the second part of the gown. The distance between the neck, the front neck and the back neck is 6 inches. Remember, the 3 inches I left in the front, 3 at the back, so you now have a total of 6 inches. I'm still sewing here. The sewing is not smooth at all. It's just repeating the same thing by the left hand side now. Either way, if the first one was the right, this one is the left. That's all. Okay, so here I'll finish joining the front side. I'm trying to add the back side now. can see the measurement between the back and the front. The distance is 6 inches. Please don't forget to subscribe. If you have followed this video to this point, please do well to subscribe to my channel. Thank you and God bless you. You see how the fabric is very stretchy, very stretchy. So now I'm trying to cover the rough part. That is finishing it up. I'm flipping the one that was down to come up now. And I will do the same thing on the both side. There is the left and the right. And then please, it depends on the fabric you're working with. If you're working with a fabric that is not too stretchy, yours don't have to be this small. My fabric is very stretchy. That is why I use a very small measurement. And then even the distance between the shoulder length is still very small, just 6 inches, because I know that the person wearing it is not too big, and then it's not on the fat size, and then the fabric is stretchy, so it will still size the person. So if you are working with a fabric that is not too stretchy, please, you can use a longer length, and then you can use a wider bust. Okay, now so I've finished joining and sewing the sleeves. So now is weaving, interlocking, because this type of fabrics are better sewn with interlocking. You just interlock them. There are other machine that interlock and sew at the same time, but I don't have it, so I'm using this normal interlocking machine. So after this, I can go ahead and still stitch it by the side, so that I'll make it, those lines cannot appear too much, but I can still leave it. So now our dress is ready. You see, it's as simple and easy as that. Our dress is ready. So you see this mannequin, you see how big the mannequin is, but this is what the measurement was, just 15 inches, right? This measurement was just 15 inches on fold 7.5. I didn't add any sewing allowance because I just weave. But you see what? Okay, this one is another one I made. This one is with a cow neck. So, but it's the same method, just that this one there's no piping in the front, but there's piping at the back. So please, thank you, and don't forget to subscribe. God bless you.